What is up guys, Smallishbeans here and welcome to a new video. Now often I like to set myself building challenges. My challenge for today was to build 4 castles after 4 different elements. The elements were nature, water/ice, fire, and precious gems. Now I could have used loads of mods to make this a lot easier for me, but instead I thought let's stick to vanilla. We did a bit of shaders to make it look nice, but apart from that, everything you can do here you can do with vanilla Minecraft 1.12. So let's start off with the nature castle. Now I tried to make each castle different and unique in the way I built them as well, going for different designs, different styles of castles. Some of them will have similar features obviously because they are all castles and you are limited in what you can do in Minecraft. But for this castle I decided let's go for a very wood heavy theme, as I feel like nature, trees are the definition of nature. Plants, wildlife, stuff like that. So I started off with a bit of a grass roof there, but I slowly changed that to leaves as I realised that looked mega ugly. You gotta experiment with these things, okay? You can't just go straight in and be a genius instantly. Not that I'm saying I'm a genius whatsoever at all in any way. At all. But for this castle I went for like a massive main turret and had some little turrets off the side and some buildings off the side as well, with a wall around the edge using wood, leaves, grass, trees, everything. Adding a few vines in there to make it look as overgrown as possible. I actually love building stuff that's overgrown. A lot of my houses I built on my series have been like that. I think it's just really fun to build in this style. You don't have to be symmetrical, you don't have to have everything matching, you can have vines going everywhere, and you can just add so much detail and texture, which just makes things look a lot better. I really enjoy this sort of build. Looking back on this build, I probably wouldn't have made it so wood heavy. I probably should have thrown in some planks in there as well, but I thought planks, they're man-made, aren't they? So I couldn't use that in my eyes, although I did use some fences which are also man-made, but I just needed something to add some texture. And right here at the end I go a bit crazy with all the trees and flowers and little plants and stuff, making this place look extremely overgrown. Look at that massive tree there. That's always awkward when a massive tree grows. But here is the final build. I think it looks very naturey, very pretty. I know it's not normal to mix types of trees, but I think spruce trees would have looked a bit weird here, so I just went for the old-fashioned oak tree. But the nature castle, let me know what you think. Next up we have the water/ice castle. Now this is quite tricky because you have a very limited amount of blocks. Ice and compacted ice. That's about it really. You also have water, but you can't use that as a block. So I threw in some lapis and some light blue concrete, I believe. But apart from that, everything was built out of ice. And of course, for this one, I had to throw in a moat. You'll see that a lot later, though. This build, very different to the other build. I've gone for a sort of similar kind of shape, but I've done a massive tower instead of a turret, and I've also done another little tower at the back as well. I absolutely hate building things out of ice. I think ice blocks are incredibly ugly. I don't like how they're see-through. I like my personal space, and this completely invades my personal space. You don't want those zombies and those creepers looking in on you while you're having a nice sleep in your bed. Also, it's just really cold. Like, what is that all about? I just want to be warm in my house, not cold. I'm rambling and going off topic, but as you can see in a second, I actually built a circular wall around this castle. People often ask me how do I do my circles. If you just Google Minecraft circles, a chart will come up. I'll put it on the screen now. It's probably something I use in every single build I do. Often there's a circle in it at some point and I need to make sure it's perfectly circular because I can't be having those ones with the weird angles on the side or it's slightly oval. That's not what I'm about in my life, okay? But here you can see I'm adding a moat in as well. This circle I actually did do out of just my eye, and as you can see, it just doesn't look right. It's not perfectly circular, and now just looking back on it, it's irking me a little bit. I added loads of snow inside as well because I needed to give the floor some texture and I didn't want to add any plants in. But here is the ice castle, nice little flyover right here. Not my favourite one, but I think I did an okay job of making an ice/water themed castle. Next up we have the fire castle, aka the lava, fire, warm. Warm? Warm doesn't really fit there, but as I was saying, this is the fire castle, which obviously means lava, means red, it means nether bricks, which I'm using right now. Also, just to note, I say castle, whereas if you're from the south of England, you say castle. I've always had an irk with people who say castle, because where's there an R in castle? There isn't, okay? Moving on, ran over. Here we have a very different style of castle. This is actually more of a short, small castle to the other ones. It doesn't have a wall going around it, it's just got a moat you'll see later. And I'm really happy with how this one turned out. It's very different to the other castles that I built within this video and to the castles that I normally make, which is why I love making these videos. It's really awesome for me just to expand my building skills and build things that are out of my comfort zone and experiment a little bit, which is awesome. So here we have a lava moat about to be added. Of course it's got to be lava. The thing about lava that bugs me is when you place it, if you don't place it on every single block, you'll get those weird flowing sections of lava and it looks ugly. So I had to place it on every single block in the moat, and it took a lot longer than placing the water moat, but I'm okay with that because the effect at the end, very nice. As you can see here, the final castle, no one's getting into this unless if they walk through the front door or jump the really small lava moat, but I like to think no one's getting into it. Let me know what you think of the lava fire castle in the comments down below. Now for the final castle, I chose the theme Precious Gems, and I had many options here. I could have done emerald, I could have done diamond, or I could have done gold. Now I thought, let's not do emerald because I've already done the nature castle, which is very green, and I've already done water and ice, which is very blue. I thought, let's go for gold. We'll do yellow as well, because obviously there's only one gold block, so I had to use some other things like yellow concrete and yellow carpet here. You'll also see that I used yellow terracotta for the roof, the one where it's all fancy and stuff, because I thought it made quite a cool roof effect. As you can see here where I'm placing it, it just kind of fit in with the colour scheme very, very well. Now this castle is my traditional building of a castle. When I built my Crazy Craft house and other castles I built in the past, this is the style I use. Is in my how to build Minecraft castle tutorial, this is the style that I use. So you can go watch that video if you want to see what I'm doing, but it's basically lots and lots of circles, lots of towers and pointy roofs. Now I would have loved to do more elements, but I decided only to do these 4 because trying to do stuff like air would have been very interesting to build. I'm not sure how I could have built it. I could have just literally done nothing and put, look, it's air, because air is invisible, but that's not funny and not a good joke. But here you can see the final touches of the build. I'm adding the glass, the carpet in, and I also add a wall going around this castle as well, except instead of using turrets, I use towers instead, which I think work well with this build as it's all towers, whereas the nature one was mainly the big turret. I also had some precious gem rocks just wandering around in here as well. I say wandering, they're in the same place, but here's the final build. Very different to the other ones once again. I know the turrets down there are not centered, that's on purpose because not everything has to be centered, okay? If you look at buildings in real life, none of them are very centered, but there it is, the final tower. Let me know which one of the 4 was your favorite castle. Thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure to leave a like and comment if you did enjoy it. And if you have any building challenges for me, please let me know in those comments down below and I will attempt them. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you another time. Goodbye!